B-Bay40s here with the part 2 for Zombies-Recoil, the Verruckt map, where I go in and just use review the guns that are available on the walls. And again, I'm showing you that I always go with the tank most of the time because it has all the extra health and mobility and bullet damage. It's, in my opinion, the best soldier of the bunch. I've said this many times. So, and I also, if you've seen part 1 already, I modified the chart because I made a discovery here that kind of surprised me. Kind of a pleasant surprise, actually. So I moved the M1 Girard up, but I'm going to start here with the Springfield and see how this gun does. I think it's very much comparable with the Car 98, which is available on the other side when you spawn in. Yeah, in this game you can spawn in 2 locations, separated by the door, and you'll see here in a second as I walk toward the doors. But I got myself the rifle, and this is round 2. I got the Springfield, so at the end of this, I'll show you which door is locked. You can't open it until you turn the power on. And the other spawn is on the opposite side of that door. So here, just getting through, it's just round 2. You get about twice as many zombies, about 10 zombies if you're going solo, and 5 or 6 on the first round. So, and those guys, yeah, I mentioned before in part 1, see this door here is locked, you can't open it. But this one here you can open with points. And you both have to work your way, if you have a partner and they spawned on the opposite side of that door, you both have to work your way around through the building to meet up. You both have to fight solo through the zombies until you can kind of meet up at the, over maybe by the mystery box or somewhere in that area. So there's only, let's see, I think I reviewed 5 guns in part 2 here that I did not cover in part 1. We're going to look at the Thompson machine gun, which is down the end of this room on the right. We're going to look at the Springfield, which I already purchased off the wall. Here's the Thompson right here on the right. And I rated this gun number 3, mainly because of its recoil action. It tends to bounce around a lot when you shoot it, which kind of affects your aiming. But it's the only machine gun available on this side of the building when you spawn in on this side. So I grabbed it and I'm going to use it for most of this video. So here's the this is the Springfield. It's only round 4, which it turns out it's actually okay to use through round 4. You can do some damage with it, but it only holds 5 rounds, and you can see that the action is really slow. You have to cock it every time between rounds to load the next round, and it really slows down the action of the gun. And the ammo obviously is very limited. But I grabbed it because I wanted to. It's one of the guns I had not reviewed yet, and I didn't grab the M1 to start because I reviewed it in the Knocked video that I did when I reviewed the guns of Knocked. So I didn't grab it till later on in this one. And the reason I grabbed it is because curious. Because if you watch the video on Knocked, you'll see that it does have explosive rounds when you get it fully papped. But I did not realize the potential of those explosive rounds. And there's a trick to it, which I go over later on in the video here. And if the suspense is killing you, you can jump ahead to the 15-minute mark and watch it from there, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But later on in this video, I'll describe how to make it get the most out of the gun, how to make it work right. So anyway, I'm going to be jumping ahead quite a bit here to save time and get through these last 5 guns that I review in this part 2 of the video. So you'll see me jumping from scene to scene and round to round rather quickly. See, now I'm only in round 7 and I got 9,100 points, so 9,200. So I'm going to go open some doors and turn on the power. The power's and pap this gun for one pap on this gun. Power's right here on the left. Power switch. Just click F and it opens up. Turns on. And in that room also you had the mystery box, and you saw the pack-a-punchers down in the basement down there, down those stairs. So this is my second favorite location. The first one was on the opposite side when I first removed the debris and went up the stairs, you saw, if you want to go back and review it, I run right into a corner. And the reason I go into that corner is because there's a spawn that the zombies love right behind that corner in that little room. And it builds up a lot of zombies in there. And you saw when I ran out, I turned around and had to shoot all those zombies. And they stay in there. They don't come out and attack you as long as you stay close in that corner, tucked up in that corner. You do occasionally have to worry about a zombie actually reaching through the wall and hitting you, but it's very rare. So back here where the power switch is and the pack-a-punch, and there's the mystery box over there. So I'm going to get another pap. I'm trying to get 7,500 points so I can pap my Thompson a second time. And I'm almost there. Yeah, I got it now. I just got to kill a couple more zombies. I'm going to run down there and double pap it. So quickly get a double pap, and I can turn around and shoot the zombies coming down the stairs. So Thompson's double pap now. And the Springfield I haven't even papped once yet, I don't think. So, like I said, I'm going to be jumping ahead quite a bit through the rounds. And try to get this as quick as I can to have both of them triple papped so you see how strong they are, fully papped up. But also when you see the Thompson here, I do it one pap at a time so you get to see how the Thompson is affected with papping it and how good of a gun it is. And you see now it has over 300 rounds with the second pap. It's getting a little bit stronger, but you don't reach its full potential until you get it triple papped. See, I popped the head, and now I got both guns triple papped. And you see how each one works, fully papped up. So I'm starting off with the Thompson, and I'll use the Springfield here and there just to kill a couple of zombies. I think I hit a insta-kill event, and I use it for killing an insta-kill. You see Thompson's... Oh, that guy, I must have hit him in the shoulder instead of hitting him in the head. So yeah, Thompson, as I said before, I rated it at number 3 in the list because I still feel that the MP40 and the Stig 44 are just a little bit better guns than this one. Because this one has recoil. It does bounce, especially if you shoot it freestyle. Like zooming in, what I'm doing right now, you just hit the right mouse button and it zooms you in like this. We can look through the scope. You don't get as much recoil when you do this. That's why I tend to do it more with this gun than with the other guns. But if you just shoot from the hip, like I am right now, where you hold it like this, we'll see if we get in a case where I just pull the trigger with it off to the side, and you'll see how it bounces. And even now you can see a little bit of bounce there when I pull the trigger and fires. There's a little bit of bounce even using the scope. There it is there. You can see how much it bounces. That's what I call recoil, and it affects your aiming. And it causes a lot of your bullets to go over their heads or go astray, and so the gun is not as effective as the Stig or the MP40. Those other two guns have very little recoil. They're much easier to aim and kill. So now I'm going to pull out the little Springfield and do some insta-killing with it. It really didn't get very much stronger. You didn't get really hardly any more ammo. And still, when it's fully loaded, you see it's how many rounds we get? 5 rounds. That's pretty much what you started with. So you don't get any additional rounds in the chamber, and you don't get any more ammo really, and it's not that much stronger. So this little poor little Springfield, you see it's at the bottom of the middle ones. So now I'm going for the big gun. I had high expectations for this gun. I mean, you look at it on the wall, and it looks pretty impressive sitting there, doesn't it? And especially holding it in your hands, it's pretty impressive looking. But when you shoot it, it was rather pathetic, I'd have to say. I mean, it holds a lot of rounds. It sounds mean, but I think it's shooting pellets, honestly. I mean, or BBs. Because look at it. I mean, how many times do you have to shoot the zombie to kill it? I mean, it's ridiculous. Why do they have such an awesome looking gun and give it such minimal strength? I mean, it really is sad. It's a very, very big disappointment. I was expecting so much more out of this gun. I really didn't think I'd have to shoot 20 rounds to kill a zombie. But that's what you got to do, especially if it's not papped yet. But in all fairness, when you do eventually actually get it triple papped, it doesn't take 20 rounds anymore. It only takes about 4 or 5. But still, it's got about, I would say, a third, maybe only a quarter of the strength that the car, not the car, I'm sorry, the Stig 44. And if you've seen the other video, you know the Stig is like right behind me on the hanging on a column there. So now it's double papped, and we'll see. You get to see if it's any much better than it was. So yeah, it's a little bit stronger. It took that guy down about 3 or 4 rounds. So I'm gonna run right by. There it is, right there on the left. That's my favorite, the Stig 44. So I'm gonna try this thing out here. This is my other, well, actually my number 1 location for setting up a defense against the zombies. I stand next to this column. You see there's about the middle between the openings, and the zombies will not come behind you. Everything comes from the front. So I can just stay focused on the front. Don't have to worry about. It's one of the very few locations in any map where you can stand without being attacked from the back. So they'll just stay about the middle between the two door openings. But you can see, even double pap, this gun still takes several rounds to take down a zombie, which just is not impressive at all. And here it kind of looks like an alligator or a crocodile. So I would call this the crocodile gun. Now you can see how many rounds I've got to put into these zombies to make them drop. And that's just, it was very, very disappointing. So, I mean, it's an expensive gun, 2,000 points to buy it off the wall. And it does have recoil. It has quite a bit of recoil. So you can't aim very well unless you... That's the reason why I'm scoping in like this. Hit my right mouse button so I can zoom in. Because you get less recoil when you do this with the guns. So now I just skipped ahead and I got it fully papped now, triple papped. So, and you can see now that it's taking the regular zombies down a little bit quicker. But those zombies are the weaker ones. These guys here, these are the stronger zombies. And it's still, you can see it takes several rounds to take one down. So again, I just, even triple papped, I was still very disappointed with this gun. I was expecting so much more out of it. So I would not, I mean, unless you like, you know, carrying around a big manly gun, I would not recommend this thing at all. The better bets, I mean, Thompson is a better gun than this one. You see that recoil, how much that thing bounced? That's just, it's very difficult to aim. And for a gun to be effective, it has too much bounce, too much recoil. And you can see how the nose just pops up in the air. And the rounds are weak. So, but the one good thing, it does have a lot of rounds, and it loads 100 rounds per clip. So even though it takes a lot of rounds to shoot and kill a zombie, it actually gives you a lot of rounds to do it. So that's one plus that I could say about the gun. But anyway, enough of that. So I'm going down, and I'm going to show you the M1. That's the Goer I did in part 1. So now I'm going to get the M1. M1 Gerard, or Gerard, however you pronounce it. And I'm going to get this guy all papped up, and I'm going to give you a treat. Show you what this thing can really do. Which I did not have any idea. I didn't realize this when I was using this gun in Knocked. And it took me I had to kill a few zombies to finally realize what was going on with this gun. So I'm going ahead and just skipping ahead and doing the paps, getting it double papped. I'm going to kill a couple of zombies. So double paps, it has a little bit of strength, you can see. Actually, it's probably as strong as that MG42. But unfortunately, that little M1 just doesn't have a lot of ammo. They can only give you about 88, 89 rounds total. Even when you get a triple papped, it's not much more. I think it stays at about 80 rounds backup, and 9 or 10 rounds in the clip. So not a lot of ammo, which is unfortunate because when you get this thing triple papped, it really becomes quite an awesome gun. And the only reason I don't put it higher on the list is because of the fact that it has such low rounds, such a low amount of ammo. So you see it has explosive rounds. Now what I'm going to explain here is the trick that I figured out. I'm going to my little corner over here. The trick is that you have to fire at least 2 or 3 rounds quickly in succession. If you just fire 1 at a time, they kind of just bounce off the zombies. You get a little explosion and they kind of bounce off. But when you fire several rounds in quick order, you watch. I just rattled off two rounds really quickly, and it's like they seem to, as you see right there, they seem to multiply exponentially when you fire several quickly in a row, which I'm doing here now. I finally figured it out and I realized, hey, this thing is pretty awesome. This is cool. So that's what you got to do to make this gun really effective, is you got to fire it quickly. 2, 3, 4 rounds right in a row, really quick as you can. And you see how it just wipes them out. And what's really cool, and I would tell you how when I sit in this corner, all the zombies build up in the room behind me. And there's going to be over a dozen zombies there. And with this gun, I'm going to take them all out in one shot. Well, not one shot, like 3 or 4 shots. All in one succession, one rapid fire. But, I mean, 3 or 4 shots to kill a dozen or more zombies is pretty impressive. It's like almost like using the ray gun or the wonder gun. Only you get a really cool exploding effect. So I think I may have gotten them all. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. And again, you see how I've gone through all the ammo. But I went through almost this entire round just with this M1 rifle with the exploding rounds. Now watch this. All of them dead. Very impressive. I was really excited about that. So I'm going to do it again one more time so you get to see it again. It's just really cool. I didn't know this gun had this potential, because before I was just shooting it, you know, one round, little hesitation, another round, a little break, another round. So, but the trick, as I said, is do multiple shots in a row. So I'm very low on ammo. See, I only got 21 rounds, or 29 rounds total. So I'm going to save it to the end. I'm just going to go through this round with my... I actually have the car right now, so I'm going to take all these zombies with the car. I'm sorry, not the car, the Stig. Stig 44, STG 44. So I'm going to take out all the zombies. When I get to the end of all these zombies coming up the stairs, I'm going to run out again and clean out this room with the M1. And you'll see how quickly you can take them out by firing 3 or 4 rounds in a row. So here we go. I'm going to do it again. All of them dead. That is so cool. Anyway, I love this gun now. So anyway, the last one I think I haven't done, and I remembered from Knocked that the car 98K, this one right here, also has explosive rounds. So I wanted to see if it would have the same effect. But unfortunately it doesn't. And the reason it doesn't have the same effect is because you cannot shoot the rounds as quickly as you can the M1. Each round has to be individually loaded through a bolt action. And that hesitation slows down it increases the time between shots. And as a result, you can't create the massive explosion that you can with the M1. So unfortunately, the car is just going to stay at the bottom of the list, kind of low on the list because of that. So anyway, this is mostly what I did with this part 2 here. The only thing I have left to do is to triple pap the car, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So there's 1 pap, 2, I've got another 10,000 points, there's a 3rd pap. And you see it almost gets me killed here. I'm trying to shoot as quick as I can, and there goes the explosions, but they're not quick enough. I can't shoot them fast enough. And the zombies were like right on top of me, almost killed me there. Everything started going black. So anyway, that concludes the Guns of Verruckt. I had to do it in 2 parts, so please check out part 1 if you haven't seen it yet. And if you like these videos, please give a thumbs up. Let me know. I appreciate that. And leave any comments of anything else that you may know about these guns that maybe I didn't figure out or didn't mention in the videos. And as I said before, you want to stay through this credits at the end of the game to make sure you get your skill points. Because if you just exit out and leave, you won't get your skill points. And the skill points you need to build up the strength of your soldier that you like to use. Whether it's the tank or the demolition or the sniper or whichever one you like. Or the medic. So you just go through this process and see where you end up. So I have 7 right now, and there's another one. I just got myself another skill point. And that's with 20 rounds of running. So yeah, there was another player that started in here with me. This is actually a collection of 2 different videos I did. And that's why I got some revives. He was kind of a newbie, didn't know what he was doing. I think I revived him like 7 or 8 times. And then he just left because he couldn't handle it. So anyway, again, if you like the videos, please check them out. Check all of them out. I've done Knocked, the guns of Knocked. And these are all just the guns that you can buy off the walls. I am planning on eventually doing a video for the mystery box. And all the guns other guns that you get out of the mystery box besides what you get off the walls. And I'll be working on that in the future. And I also want to do Kino, because Kino has some more guns that these other ones don't have. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Share it with your friends. Give a thumbs up. Leave any comments. And we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.